Okay, let's see what we could find for you today. You want to get ahead in life? We all do. But this is a program that's around the country, but it's local. I'm trying to find your local stuff because that's what really happens. But you have to apply to this one by November 13th. And the application is for entrepreneurs. And it's really, this is through, it's actually community colleges, and it's for people who are at a community college now or can be alumni of community college. Now, here's the one. Here's one. See the picture of these people? I mean, these are not kids. They're all ages, all people, whatever. So maybe if you're just taking a course, I'm sure it's different from every community college, but there's a national organization, and it is called, they're the Everyday Entrepreneur Venture Fund. $30,000 they give you. And then plus they give you mentoring, to figure out what you should be doing, how you should do it, and all this kind of stuff. And it's $30,000. And the application is for down in Houston, Texas. The community college there has the applications open until November 13th. November 13th. I mean, that's not too long. That's only a couple days. So they're all in a bunch of colleges. So what I would do is check your local community college if they have something like this. If they're investing in new businesses, startup businesses. See, this is a way for community colleges. Don't forget, they're government supported. This is the government trying to start economic activity where you are. So this is another way to do it. And a lot of times these programs are called accelerators or incubators. And this is, I gave some speeches around the country here where I live in Washington. I was up in Baltimore, and there are people they were government workers trying to, this one couple, they were a couple, had a purse that you could never lose because it was sort of like an Internet of Things. It had a little beeper on it, so you'd never know, you never lose the purse, which is sort of cool thing. So they got money, and they were working on this part-time as they were also going to work somewhere else full-time. So this is money they don't have to come back. Sometimes what they do is give you that money and they become a partner also. So a lot of time. Now here's a list. Let's see. Here's Lancaster Community College. Here, Monroe Community College. That's in New York. I think that's Monroe. Here, how do you find your local community college? If you go to careeronestop.org, that will find your local community college. But it's not only the community colleges that have these accelerators. Here's a website that keeps a list of about 200 accelerators in the world. And it's SEED, SEED, dash, like not in the below the line, in the middle of the line, that's a dash, db.com, accelerators. And they have them all there, how much money they give out. Listen to this. You know what? That money, they fund $80 billion, okay? $80 billion. These billion. Congress doesn't even know how to talk that big. And one of the bigger ones is Y Combinator. And they have a free training program too that you could take. My son did it with his nonprofit venture that him and another fellow are involved in starting. And they take you through how to do all this stuff. And it's free. It's great stuff. So that's another, you want to find out how much money, where the accelerators are. Another way to find out where the accelerators are, particularly if they're government oriented, your local state economic development office would know about it. Your county economic development office, if there's something like this in the community, but call the community college and ask if they have something. And if they don't have that, what else do they have? So this is called Everyday Entrepreneur Venture Fund. I'm an everyday entrepreneur. I'm an every way entrepreneur for everyday entrepreneur. So you can get it. And that's $30,000. So if you need capital in the beginning, To me, it depends. There's so many businesses you could start without capital. If you have an idea for that, okay, you go chase it. But then if that doesn't work out, then you have to figure out a way to start it without capital. And I think there's plenty of ways. You have to be, creative. And that's why the only way you get creative sometimes is and you're in a corner. And all else fails. I think it was Winston Churchill said about America. America will always do the right thing after they do everything else that fails. They wind up doing the right thing. So that's it. So you want to do the right thing. Find out about it. Everyday Entrepreneur Venture Fund, if they have one of those at the community college. By the way, that's a good place to take training. That's the best place. You're going to go to an individual private company to train you to do something. No, you go to community college. It's a fraction of the price. You probably can get it for free. So there's two places you want to go to the community college and your local career one-stop. If you want to get trained for a new job, start with them before you do anything else in the world.